Creativity Matters, and welcome on with Sally Loane, who's the Media and Public Relations Director for Coca Cola Amatil Australia. Welcome, Sally.
Thanks, Rob.
Is not often perceived as being a company involved with environmental issues. Yeah. However, I was recently at a think tank that the New South Wales Chamber held for the New South Wales Government around developing economic policies with this new election coming up. And I was really surprised and startled at the really good presentation you made around sustainability and innovation within Coca Cola Amatil. And that not only can you have a very good, sustainable and renewable policy, but you can have really good practice. And in actual fact, not only does it have good benefits for the company, but it has good benefits for the community that the company is involved with. So can you tell me a little bit about the thinking behind that? How Coca Cola Amatil arrived at that kind of direction?
We're an old company in Australia. We've been around for about 100 years in many different formations. And it's a company that's always been a manufacturing company and a sales and distribution company. We make beverages, and we do that very, very well. We distribute them around Australia. I guess when it really hit us was when Australia was going through the worst drought in 100 years. 4 or 5 years ago, all the major cities were under water restrictions. Everybody was talking about ways to save water. And we looked around our operations. We have operations in every major city in Australia, every major capital city. And we said, how can we save water in our operations? We're all saving water at home. Everybody's been asked to have restrictions. What can we do as an industry? So that's where we started. And our operations manager at the time said, I want a greenie, I want somebody who can come in and tell me how to do this. And we hired a young woman who did exactly that. And from that day on, we've been extremely conscious about water as an issue, particularly for our business. We're a beverages business, so water is the heart and soul of what we make. We are now probably the leading water efficient bottler in the whole Coca-Cola system throughout the world. Some of the bottlers are starting to catch up with us, but we really pioneered some wonderful water efficiencies and technologies. Recycling, removing water from the production lines. We used to use water as a slippage agent to stop all the cans and bottles sticking. We now use a Teflon coating. So all of that water has been saved. Just in taking water off the production lines, for example, we've saved something like 95 million litres of water per year.
So what I saw was the manifestation of a new production facility somewhere in regional New South Wales. Is that correct? That embraces all this new technology.
Yes.
It was quite extraordinary.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Which is our major operations in Sydney, and now all of our operations across Australia have all the water-saving technologies. The really interesting one that we're building now is a new brewery, the Blue Tongue Brewery, on the central coast of New South Wales. Now, everywhere in Australia there are issues around water. So we committed to having world's best practice when it came to saving water in the brewery and saving energy. So we're building a brand new greenfield brewery. That gives us the chance to put in the world's best technology when it comes to water efficiency and energy efficiency. That's very, very exciting for us. I can't go into the sort of the technical detail,
sure.
But we are going to have biogas generation, all sorts of things that will make this a real, I think, great role model.
My understanding is that it's built around renewable energy as well. Is that right? There's a whole emphasis on renewable energy in this new?
There certainly is some technical stuff there, which will mean that we can harness steam energy, we can harness biogas. We'll be doing things like even selling all the used sort of organic compounds to a stock feed. We'll have zero waste to landfill, which is pretty much what we're aiming to do in our operations around Australia, but we're really embracing this new technology. So
when you were setting about building this new brewery, did you engage the community in consultation around what you were doing and how you were developing it?
Oh yes, we certainly.
And in what way did you engage, and what was the insight and outcome from that community engagement?
We've done a lot of community engagement over the years around our various operations, so we've got a fairly good notion of our communities and their needs. One of the great things we did at Northmead, and to give you an example, Northmead is in Western Sydney, it's an industrial zone, but we do have a lot of residential around us. And we wanted to build, and we have built there, a new high bay, fully automated warehouse. Now, part of the commitment to the community was putting back into the community. We've got a $2 million community program that we're rolling out. That's a whole lot of things around education, schools, arts programs, but the centrepiece of this is actually setting up an irrigation system for a local park. We have built two major rainwater harvesting tanks in Northmead. They're underground. They will harvest the rainwater from the roof of our warehouses. We store that water underground. We'll be using that water in our plants. We'll also be piping the water under the highway, across the road into a major sporting field, some tanks over there. We'll be able to keep that sporting field irrigated all year round for the community. And that was something that was a part of a long community consultation process, and something that I think everybody wins.
So are we seeing Coca Cola Amatil develop new water saving technologies? Is that what's occurring?
I think there's been a lot of innovation. There's been a lot of lateral thinking. Not only the Teflon for the production lines, but okay, we want to harvest. We've got a huge warehouse roof. We often see rainwater just falling off and going into the ground. How do we harvest that? How do we make that work for us? And then how do we put that back into the community? I think that's been a fantastic sort of innovative thing that we've come up with as a company.
Wow, that's good. Which so in say 10 or 15 years' time, might we see Coca Cola Amatil in Australia totally reliant on renewable energy and water harvesting as production, as a way of going forward in production?
Who knows? We're looking. We got a small grant from the New South Wales government to help us with actually using some of our harvested rainwater, putting that back into our beverages.
Wow.
So we'll be looking at that too. At the moment, most of our beverages are made with Sydney municipal tap water, except our spring water, which of course is a different product. It's underground water. But yeah, look, who knows what the future brings. I think we're always, as a company, looking for ways to really innovate and develop around sustainable technologies.
Fantastic. Really wonderful story. Thanks, Loane.
Thanks, Ron.